Did you not see? Did you not see the sign right there?
God damn it, Will.
To silence your phone. You think you're cool?
This is your third time in here, Will.
I know. You think you're so cool that you can have a cell phone in here?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll show you how to talk.
I'll show you how to talk on a cell phone in a crowded theater.
That's cool. It's not a movie.
Boys, dude, shut up. Just like the silhouette of you in front of them.
I'm thinking about this. That'd be one of the funniest ones ever. Just stand up in the crowded theater.
Just the silhouette.
Just the silhouette in front of the projector.
But
you just see the hat come up and the mustache.
But it gets exposed through someone's like bootleg taping of the movie.
Yeah.
Like they're trying to bootleg record it, just like boy.
I'll show you how to bootleg.
They just pop up at different like areas of rooms.
So you know, I'm getting interviewed by the local news. You know, why would you do that? Was this some sort of protest? You know what's weird about that video? The person who was filming it hasn't gotten in trouble yet.
It's like, why are we?
Why are we not going after them? They think they're cool. I bet they're a leather jacket wearing biker boy.
It's like it's a whole Supreme Court like case about like this guy not going to jail for privacy, but the Cowboys are getting discriminated against.
Cowboys are getting...
God damn it.
What an apropos showing of our society. Big and Rich. If I have to hear anything from Big and Rich again,
oh god,
I will kill someone.
You will squat.
I will squat all over him.
See, now that'd be awesome if Mr. Mustache is on this quest to just like kill Big and Rich.
Kill Big and Rich.
Just squat. Just
squat
him to death.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Just squat him to death.
That should be an episode.
Oh, also the motorcycle y'all can hear in the background brought to you by Biker Rally this weekend.
Okay.
Oh,
They
it's
think they're
coming.
cool.
Oh my god, you guys are leaving just in
I
time.
Yeah.
know. I'm sad about that because now we can't squat to them.
Well, we
Oh,
can't squat. We
Jesus.
can't scream obscenities at them from the windows.
Hey! No, you know what a Mel and Jaren. No, you know that might have been during Mardi Gras. They were putting grapes in a slingshot, and they were like, it was like 4 a.m, and people were like super drunk outside the artist lofts after Mardi Gras, just being loud, obnoxious. So
That seems like a Mel and Jaren thing.
they went out with their like their slingshots. They put grapes in them, and they were popping them with grapes from like the 4th floor. And people they're just like, psh, and they're like, oh fuck, like, what is that?
Justice.
Go away.
Did they freeze them first or are they fresh?
I don't know. Mel might have said something about freezing them. I'm not gonna like disclose that because I don't want to like accidentally put them in a legal situation.
Oh, no.
What if they're just like, oh, I listened to that podcast. I know who shot me now. Like they come back and try to get them. Well, they don't live there anymore.
Jaren. I know exactly who they are.
Well, then I guess we'll jump into actual art things.
Right. Oh.
No,
we haven't yet?
No. What's funny? So actually, a good place to. I'm gonna have to like edit the hell out of this one, but it's gonna be hilarious.
Sorry about that.
No, it's cool. No, this is the greatest thing about the podcast being kind of the rebirth of radio, but it's like the rebirth of the unstructured radio to where it's just like we're just go wherever and talk about whatever. Mm-hmm. But that the whole thing about getting beat with a grape scented dildo video. That's hilarious, and he's told me about like the multiple video projects.
Oh yeah, we've
See,
done
if
a
you were
lot
to
of them.
just try to gain an opinion of Great Falls off of a Will Wallen film, you would never want to go there.
Yeah. So what was the first like project y'all did?
Oh, God, that was
Well, you and I did. I think we first met on Chronicles of Mel Eric Attack of the Clones.
yeah.
So were these
you
like
and I
school?
met.
Were these like school? Because y'all went to high school together? Or,
No.
You were just fresh out of high school, and I was still in high school.
Right. Yeah.
But it was our security guard / video teacher
Right.
for the high school
And he-
that
Interesting.
came up
Yeah, all
with
the
this.
students were making films. He's like, I want to make one too. Then he's like, I gotta, and he had this idea to just cast me because I'm so fucking weird.
Yeah.
It was basically like,
Oh, it
this,
was
like
originally he had a set of twins he was going to use.
Right.
And then they moved.
yeah, they moved.
So he was trying to think of who he could replace it with, and he said that he gave the script to you, and you just looked at him like, dude, this is my life.
So we kind of changed it around a bit. So I play myself, but like this really exaggerated version of myself that grows into I don't know what.
Yeah,
Even 10 years ago, me, it was still weird. Well, but like, so basically what happens is, so I've got these friends named Eric and Mel, and they both have a girl they want me to go on a date with, like a blind date.
Because you get super weird when you're not dating someone.
Right. Like I was having tea parties with Mr. Snuggles. I don't see the problem with this.
Mr. Snuggles has good conversation.
I mean,
But at the same time, you always date crazies.
Right.
I was one of the crazies.
Yeah, she was one of the. She was the crazy cat lady. Yeah.
And she literally pulled a live cat out of her purse.
I did.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
No, I was just pulling out all these stuffed animal ones and throwing them over my shoulders as I was announcing their names until I got to Tom Cruise. I'm like, you're a horrible person, but that's okay. It's just because your parents didn't love you, but I love you.
Oh, yeah. Well, so
And then just fucking fling them over my shoulder.
right. And there's actually one point I'm actually petting your cat later in the movie.
Yeah.
As my evil clone Wildo. So okay, backtrack here. So instead of doing the logical thing of setting me up at different times with these girls to see who I can hit it off better with, they said, well, let's clone him so you can go on the same date at the same time, same fucking place and everything.
Is this a real occurrence, or was this the plot of the film?
This is the plot of the film.
Okay,
I know it
well.
seems like something that would actually happen to me.
Because you have so much shit that's actually happened. Actually, everybody listening, go listen to episode 29 talking about his book, because
Yeah.
Will... because Will...
I
I was-
contributed to
I
that
worked-
book, and he did not name me.
Oh yeah, so shout out to to Tim Stoddard here, who actually wrote part of my book in the chapter "Mary the Meth Head Hooker," the little jingle to his Frosty the Snowman that goes, "If you
We'll let you say
Mary
it.
the Meth Head likes to stay at our hotel. She's made up low, and the Johns all know 40 bucks gets her all day." Woo! That was Tim. So now it's a public shout out as you sit right next to me. So rewind
Thank
to the
you,
film.
Will. Now
here.
the record has been set straight.
Yes, thank you.
Yes.
So this film, so they clone me, but Eric accidentally sets the clone machine to pure evil. So what comes out is a mustachioed Michael Bolton loving vegetarian Republican with
Like the biggest shitstorm of a person to ever walk
Right.
the face of the earth.
I just have this fucking mustache, and then
We
Wait a
went through
minute.
like 6 different
Wait a minute.
mustaches
We
in that
did.
movie too,
Wait a
so his
minute.
mustache is constantly changing size.
Michael Bolton ain't bad.
Oh God!
oh no,
I literally fit the description.
Jesus Christ!
But no, you don't. You're not
Yeah.
a vegetarian.
No, I'm not. Me
Okay.
There you
there
go.
we go.
That's your saving grace.
But you're also
Yay,
don't,
meat.
you also
Yay,
don't
meat.
want to suck off
Bacon.
Bolton
Bacon.
either. So his name is Wildo, my evil clone.
Yeah.
His name is Wildo, and he gets a hold of the clone machine and clones himself a bunch of... I play 10 fucking characters in this, because Wildo clones himself. But okay, so there's Wildo, Scottish Wildo, gay Wildo, trash bag wearing Wildo, pink hat Wildo, man from
intelligent.
Nantucket Wildo, because I had the shirt that says, I am the man from Nantucket, ...
But we actually had like
there's people in
explained in
the
it that
audience
every
who will
time
not
you clone
understand
yourself, the clone gets crappier and crappier.
Right, and there was also a smart Wildo
Yeah,
with the
intelligent
glasses.
Wildo.
Yeah, and so he's always holding his glasses and saying how he loves to pontificate all over the place.
What is that? What is the actual definition
That's
of that?
like speaking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
If talk radio has taught me anything, it has no definition. It's just people who think they have an opinion.
Yes. Like
That's
Wildo.
exactly why we made this show.
We are pontificating
So-
currently.
Wrap it up though. They discovered that the okay, so one of these girls turns out to be the one that went out with me is the love of my life. Her name is Candy. And the one that went out with Wildo, I would have hit it off with, but she went out with Wildo, and he's just a total douche. And so, but he kidnaps them and everything, and oh yeah, I was sick for like the first half of that movie. I was god awful sick.
Which half though? Because it would start out as a short and it
first-
became a feature.
during
so
the short.
during part 1.
Yeah,
or?
during part when it was the short still, I was sick for that. Like I was showing up with a fever. My nose is all fucked up. I'm like my throat's all swollen. I'm like,
Sound like Carol.
no, it was kind of muffled, but like
Not quite, but Carol is brilliant, by the way.
yes.
Coming soon. Carol's Corner. Y'all stay tuned.
I'm hungry.
Carol, go back inside.
Anyway, so they so they realized the only way to stop them is for them to hear the voice of Michael Bolton directly. But since we can't get Michael Bolton, we'll get a guy who can sing just like Michael Bolton, which we found in town. And so it'll be like hearing the voice of God, and they all just explode. And
With campy sound effects and
yeah,
imagery that causes no blood.
Yeah, that causes no blood. So like, my favorite one was
I ended up doing it like a Brady Bunch styled thing of showing them
all in
blowing
the squares?
up. Yeah, and Gay Weldo blows up with a puff of pink smoke as opposed to the rest of them.
He's got this rainbow bell and this like flashy shirt on and, and slacks. And,
So this is a video. Is it still on YouTube?
Yeah.
It's not
The
on
trailers
YouTube.
are
The
on
trailers
YouTube.
are.
The trailer. I'll send them to you. Yeah.
We'll make sure we'll put the links to the trailers in the episode. Everybody check this out.
And I think my favorite one was when I exploded was as Smart Wildo, where I'm like, Michael Bolton, and I take off my glasses. I'm like, oh, Michael, you make me want to pontificate all over the place, and then I explode.
See, that's what makes this great. I also love that there's a trailer. There's only a trailer.
There's two or three trailers.
Yeah, there are 2 trailers because, like,
I made the
in
2,
2008, a group of local filmmakers made Iron Ridge. They went on to make The Vessel in 2009. We are not those people. And then it like goes up to these other ones, like, from the people who saw all 4 of those movies.
Because it makes it mysterious. Because like you watch this trailer and you're like, oh my god, and you're just like, I'll never be able to watch this. Because there was
There's particular people we can blame for that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, is it the same? So
Yeah, it's
so
same
Will,
dude,
yeah.
same
So
dude.
Will, because you were telling me about you were in this horror film.
Yeah, same dude.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
because we were at work at the deli. Shout out Old Moon Deli here in Galveston. But we were hanging out, and he was just like,
Man, fuck this guy.
yeah. He was just like, I was like, what? What's up? And he was like, man. He showed me the trailer. He's like, this is a horror film I'm in that I actually give no shits about.
Yeah.
So what did you do any filming or editing?
Oh
for
yeah,
that?
Oh, yeah.
She's been
Yeah.
like a part of like every goddamn.
So this was like
project.
this was
Oh,
like
yeah.
one of y'all's projects,
Yeah.
but like somebody just
Yeah, we were.
Balls
one
it.
person
We
blew it
felt-
up for everyone.
Well, 2, I think, really, because we also had a distributor at one point. That's kind of what killed it. Is we finally found a distributor for it, and then like a week later, he went to jail for embezzling. Like a lot of money.
I'm gonna say some of our bad luck may have also been that Kieran was involved in every one of our movies in some way,
Yeah.
shape, or form.
Can we just start
Wait,
referring
was
to him
he
as
in-
he that shall not be named?
Yes, we can.
Was
Yeah.
he in
I
that
feel like
one?
we're invoking a bad
Which one?
spirit every time.
I don't remember him being in that
like
one.
the
I thought he
episode-
was
the
an
curse word
extra
episode.
in
so he
He
might as
might
well
have
be
been
he
an
might as well
extra.
be Voldemort
Yeah, pretty much.
or on Billy and Mandy Lord Moldy Butt.
Yeah.
Every time you say his name, something breaks.
Yeah.
Either that or we need to create a ritual. Whenever you say his name, you gotta,
Cleansing
like,
ritual.
Cleansing.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm gonna say the cleansing ritual is it's gotta be something ridiculous too. You gotta like
But yeah, so
you gotta turn around and clap your hands, go spirit fingers.
Wait, bees are not spirit fingers.
Oh yes.
our jazz hands.
I'm glad you're here to clarify. I don't know these things.
Wait, Steph, what do jazz hands in sign language mean again? Does that mean yay? Like
It's applause.
applause.
Jazz hands.
Can't you just do this?
Yeah.
See, I just know thank you and fuck you.
Actually, no, let's just change it to
Bitch.
finger guns. You have to say.
Because that would
Yay,
your cleansing
bullshit.
ritual. Yeah,
I know that one
bullshit.
too.
that'd be so depressing. You know, you're at something where it's just a room full of deaf people, and of course they got everything going on, which is great. And at the end of it, they're just all still in silence.
Like you play your heart out, you perform your heart
Yeah.
out, and all you get is just.
Yeah, it's still in silence.
Oh, that would suck so hard.
So
And all you
okay,
hear is like the ruffling of like sleeves. Just,
Yeah.
this is a caveat, but I'm just gonna say this because it's fucking hilarious. I remember driving home one day. I don't remember who was in the car with me, but I drove by with my friend. We drove by the deaf church, so it's just cool that they have a church for the deaf, right? But on their reader board,
wait, is the name of it Church for the Deaf or the Deaf Church?
no, that's just what's nicknamed.
Okay.
But like, it actually caters to the deaf community, right?
Uh-huh.
But I had to laugh my ass off when the reader board said "honk if you love Jesus" because they're not gonna fucking hear it.
It's like okay, hold on. Who put this shit on here? Was this the pastor? Did the pastor do this? You think this was funny?
They're not gonna see it.
God
Dude,
damn
they're
it,
deaf,
Phil.
not blind, you jackass. Ooh.
Yeah. What was that? He was the Will showed me this meme. He sent me this meme that was like if someone gave you $200 for being ugly, would you take it? And it's like, of course I would. I'm ugly, not stupid.
It's like a
Thanks for noticing.
Yeah,
Wait.
thanks.
before Fifth Street Diner closed, we
Yeah.
did a commercial for it, and the guy recording the commercial is like, okay, so I used to tell people they could just say whatever they want, but then the deaf and blind school contacted me and said, you know, your commercials, the people are really talking about some really nasty things.
Right.
Because they're reading the lips on the commercials. Even though there's a voiceover, so it's not like you're going to hear what they're saying anyway.
So there's no
But you
audio,
gotta-
but
you
they
gotta
can
act like
still
you're-
tell what
But they're
you're
reading it
saying.
happy or whatever.
There's-
And so inevitably someone's going to tell a dirty joke
Right.
because that's just what you do.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. We actually
Well,
do
no,
that in the
deaf and
dancing
blind
community
school,
too.
Yeah.
The deaf and blind school, they had the kids watching commercials to learn how to lip read. And here comes
learning
on a
dirty
commercial,
jokes.
and apparently
Yeah.
somebody launched off some insane dick joke. And it was
So like,
right there.
so everybody's thinking everything's cool. You turn around, and all the deaf people were just like, it's like, oh my god, and like, it's just like what?
As the instructor's going, oh, balls.
Like oh shit, we did. So I guess everybody, the main reason why we're here is because Tim.
Bring it back.
You know, actually, let's go ahead
Yeah,
and
we
just.
went off on like 3 tangents.
No, dude, it's totally cool. Like I'm actually now that because this is gonna be episode 38 since January, so
Okay.
I'm trying to hit 50
Yay.
by the end of the year. But oh, thanks for that guy over there. Appreciate it. The guy stays in the room, just says yay at random times.
Yay!
The weirdest time is when Steph and I are trying to have like dates in the house, and he's still in the corner, just
Yay!
Rolling up scorecards for you.
he's back there like, yeah, I'll give that a solid 6, man. It's like, dude, get the fuck out of the house.
Why are you here?
Can I offer some notes?
But I'll go ahead. Back again on the podcast with us, we got William Wallen, episode 29. Go check it out. That's the only other episode he's been on.
Yes.
Yes. And also, man, so
But yeah,
y'all's last names. What are y'all's last names?
Stoddard.
Stoddard.
Their husband
Tim
and
and
wife.
yeah, if you
Yeah.
told me
Yeah.
that. It's Tim and Pam Stoddard. These three they created the. I'd say famous. Others would say infamous, but I say the famous Cowboy squats.
Oh, yeah!
Oh yeah.
It's famous down here.
Yeah, it's more
It
famous
is.
down here than the town we actually filmed
And that's
in.
one because whenever Will first moved down here to Galveston, before even asking what my name was, he asked if I'd seen Cowboy Squats.
That sounds about right.
Said, hey man, how's it going? Have you seen Cowboy Squats? And then it began, but now everybody down here has seen it, known it. Like we were laughing that one day he had you guys on FaceTime. I was like, oh hey look, it's like it's Mr. Mustache. And then like her sister, Stephanie's sister Dominique, was just like, yes, I know who the fuck that is, Will.
Cowboy Squats has ruined my life.
Yeah. And then the first time I saw y'all walking on the street, I was like, hey, it's Mr. Mustache. Because it's like, but I think it's awesome, man, because the funniest thing is, like, I've always wanted to make funny videos like this with my friends. Like, I've talked about all these funny scenarios and just things. Kind of like we've been doing since we started recording, is like just all these funny scenarios, because like it's just it's like that's what's cool about art, and we talk about it a lot on the podcast, is like it's free range. You can just do anything.
Right.
And really, instead of like trying too hard looking for content, just have funny ass conversations with your friends and like write some stuff down, and like you'll be amazed.
I wish
at what
we
shit
had a
happens.
microphone in the car the other day.
Oh God, that got really fucked up.
No. There needs to be no evidence of that fucking conversation.
God heard. And we are going to hell.
Yes, we are.
Straight to hell.
I was about to say I'm sure that ship sailed for me a long time ago.
Oh
so.
yeah.
No. It was
Yeah.
So I guess with Cowboy Squats, how did this? I mean, you've already told me, of course, but for everybody listening,
Sure.
how did this originally come about?
Okay, I'll just go through kind of the beginning. So my buddy Steven and I, Steven's a bigger guy, which does pertain to the story.
And this is the guy that was the Norm character.
Oh, he wasn't in the movie.
Based off him.
Yeah, based off him though.
Okay.
He was dressed like Norm from Cheers, and I was wearing a leather jacket, and we're out bar hopping. And we ended up at this bar. I'm just going to go ahead and say the name. It's called the Cowboys Bar in Great Falls, Montana.
Shout out.
You fucking suck. So we end up there.
Please go there. Just to say you did.
Just to say you did.
Maybe they should team up with Mario's on the seawall.
Oh yeah, man, just have the shittiest time ever. I mean,
They have a museum in there too.
Oh, they do, sort of.
Which is like, okay, that's awesome, but you have drunk cowboys in here
squatting.
This is Grandma's garter from her wedding.
You have drunk cowboys in here and literal weapons behind glass.
Right.
Sounds about right.
Right. Well, so Steven and I pull up there. We'd never been there before. We've seen it 'cause it's a small town. Mm-hmm. We'd never been there before. So the first thing we see when we pull up is a flatbed truck with an oxygen tank just laid down flat next to a gas can. Let's let that sink in for a minute. And now this guy's out drinking.
Yeah.
Wonderful decisions.
Was there at least a door on the bed of the truck? Or
No,
was it
flatbed truck.
It's open
full on
flatbed
flatbed truck.
This is what we mean. So what they'll do, and a lot of ranchers do this, and there is a logic to it.
Yeah.
But they will take the bed of the truck completely off. Like a Silverado or something like that. Just take the bed off.
Take the bed off, yeah.
And then lay down 2x4s.
So it makes
where the bed mounted,
flat bed,
and then literally like deck screw planks onto the 2x4s.
Ranchers have an excuse because they're hauling hay.
Yeah, hauling hay,
when
and
you're hauling hay barrels
it's
and
actually
stuff,
really
it
useful
totally
when you live
makes
on a ranch.
sense. Also because a lot of four-wheel drive trucks are actually at just the right height, that if you're feeding your cows in the middle of winter, all you have to do is just stand on the side and just literally pitchfork it off, or just park the truck for about 20 minutes and they'll come and eat it themselves.
Come eat it off the truck, yeah.
Well, yeah, so that imagine that with oxygen tank laid down flat next to a gas can.
But a wooden bed on your truck with dangerous flammable chemicals.
Right, and now this guy's out drinking.
And the coolest part is, this is just how weird Montana is.
Right.
People will steal the most random thing out of your yard, but will not touch anything on a flatbed truck.
Right.
You can have a gun laying in the middle of that thing, and they will walk away.
Yep.
So they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna go ahead and steal your little turtle you keep your keys in."
I'm gonna get all methed out of my mind, bust into your house, take your iPhone and your PS4 or whatever.
Yeah.
But that truck, no.
But if the iPhone and the PS4 were laying on the back of the truck, nope. I'm not touching that shit.
That is the safest place in the world for anything to be is in the back of a truck.
Hidden in plain sight. I mean, shit, you
Well, it
can't.
doesn't even have to be a PS4. I mean, I've seen people try. When we were filming Piece by Piece, we had those people trying to steal the actual construction cones from the church.
Right.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah. But so
Stacks of road cones just randomly all over.
Right.
Because they were doing some construction on one of
this
the
is
churches
Great
we
Falls.
filmed in,
This
and
is a
so we came
shitty
out at the
thing
end of the
that we call
night,
Great
and they're
Falls.
trying to steal the cones from the church.
It's magical, but in a dark way.
Right. So back to case
to
in
have so
hand
much
here.
potential,
So,
too.
so we make fun of it, of course, and they're all plus all the Corvettes in the parking lot,
Yeah, because Cowboys have Corvettes.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's a Wednesday, and of course, no real cowboy has time to go to a bar on a Wednesday or whatever it was. It was a weekday.
Yeah, it's
So-
a poser crowd.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And
Stone Cowboys.
yeah. So we walk in because you have to walk in the back because that's the only way to get in is in the back
the front
door.
doors don't work.
The front doors don't work. So we walk in, we pause, and we look around at what appears to be the set of Urban Cowboy with John Travolta. And we're dressed how we are, and obviously don't fit the bill. We're getting eyed by fucking everyone in there. Just eyed. And I try to say this is awkward. I always say this is and this waiter is carrying this drink like this. So you can't fucking say, but you guys can. And she just walks by and goes, shh, and wanders off to where the hell she went. I'm like,
Did I just get shushed to the first 30 seconds I've been in this building?
yeah. And,
No, I have walked in there in a kilt.
Yeah. But that's because you're Tim. So
Yeah. You get glared.
we'll get into the funny stories that we all have after this
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I guess we go sit down, and
Yeah.
so we go sit at the bar, and I mean we're getting eyed by fucking everyone, including this guy. He's at this back table, three of his buddies. He's got this big old honking mustache. He's just got his beard. He just wants us dead, and we go sit down, and we order some kind of mixed drinks of whatever the fuck it is we order. I don't remember,
Yeah.
And,
Nothing fancy. Just
yeah, no, nothing bad. Like Jack and Coke, rum and Coke, whatever the fuck it was. I don't know. Nothing special. The bartender doesn't say a fucking word. Just pulls out Bud Light and just sets it there and just crosses his arms, just shakes his head no.
So literally the first intro portion of Cowboy Squats
Actually
is for real.
happened. So
Okay, so that's where it. So when you guys watch it, it'll say based on a mostly true
Right,
story,
yeah.
and that's the truth.
that's the
Yeah.
truth. And so
up until he appears
Right,
as
right,
Mr.
right.
Mustache.
Hey, a
walking
telemarketer is
over.
calling. So it's okay.
God damn
It's
it.
okay.
All right, the next one that happens very frequently.
Okay, next one I'll talk to.
Next one that happens, I'll pause this and we'll get that on tape.
So so I'm just like, we're just sitting there just kind of like passively drinking these. I guess we drink these, you know, and we're just trying to chit chat a little bit. And I keep looking over behind me because that dude just like just eyeing us. I'm like, hey man, what's up with Mr. Mustache back there? Yeah, I know. I've been noticing him this whole time. I don't think he really likes us too much. Like, yeah, I think we should probably just leave. And he's like, yeah, agreed. So we just threw money on the bar and we left, you know, and we're driving away and we're just laughing and joking how fucking weird and awkward that was. Like, oh man, what would happen if we stayed? He's like, oh man, you know, something fucking crazy would happen. I'm like, oh man, you know what would probably happen? Mr. Mustache back there would walk up to me and he's got to say something. He's like, yeah, but you get this though. You're wearing a leather jacket, so he thinks you're a biker. And we all know the long-standing rivalry, which of course doesn't actually exist. I'm like,
The Cowboys and Bikers.
right. I'm like, oh yeah, and you're one by association. He's like, exactly. I mean, and so basically, we came up with this idea that he would walk up behind me, start poking me in the back, like, hey!
Well, he gotta stop hitting the table. As someone who edits, you're driving me fucking nuts.
Yeah. Shout out to Toner for their very, very good $30 mic set. It was $30 for the mic, the boom, everything.
Really?
Yeah,
Fuck, I
on
gotta get
Amazon.
that.
But the thing is like their stands are hollow,
Mm-hmm.
which means you get everything.
Yeah.
So
Whoa, we should record a Christmas album.
we should.
We should.
So, and then he'd just poking me like, hey, what are you biker boys think you're doing? Because I'm like, after that point, I've turned around, he's poking me in the chest, and be like, and you want something cool? I'll show you cool. And so he would turn around to his buddies, and they clear out some tables and chairs, and have this like makeshift dance floor, and they just start squatting. And Steve's like, oh yeah, there'd be like crazy fucking dude in the back just flailing around, just making weird noises. Like, oh yeah, this is literally exactly what would happen had we stayed there.
And the greatest thing is like I love that I've seen the video as you're describing the idea because it's just playing in my head.
Right.
And actually, kudos on the editing
Thank you.
because I like how he's facing Danny. Oh yeah, shout out Danny Depp.
Danny Lopez.
Danny
Lopez.
Lopez. I love calling him
Yeah.
Danny
The
Depp.
world's-
He actually
the world's
got that
number
name
one Johnny
because-
Depp impersonator.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we had
Casting
he was on our
call, yeah.
our local news station, and they accidentally put his name as Danny Depp on it.
So we used it.
Yeah, we just start calling
Yeah.
him Danny Depp.
Danny Depp, why not? Yeah, because I just love how he goes from looking at them and then he turns around and his boys are right there. The way he
Yeah.
edited, he's like, "Whoa!" It's like, oh, dude, like. But now, just from seeing it, dude, like I remember I immediately started laughing as soon as you're walking in and like, Tim, you're looking at him, but like, face is all red and you're just like, and just look at. I was like, oh shit.
My face almost stuck like that.
Your face like that the entire dude. It
He does dinner theater too, and it's
Oh,
wonderful because you're just such an expressive person that as an actor, whether it's film or theater, it's just
I mean, 90% of my characters are usually just expressions.
Yeah. Well, look at Mr.
I mean,
Mustache.
yeah, the greatest one I ever had, I was doing a dinner theater show, and I'm playing this guy that is like going insane throughout the
Jerome.
entire, like
Yeah.
driven insane by these two crazy ass women. Like one ends up putting him in jail, and then
they're
breaks him
basically
out using hand
repeatedly
grenades
framing
that
him
cheat.
for murder.
okay.
Yeah, I get repeatedly framed for murder.
They will
while
break
I've
him out
done
and then
nothing.
frame him again.
But anyway, so I start and I try to do it as subtly as I could, but I started developing a twitch as the show's going on, to where it finally ended up that we went to on the last scene.
Yeah.
I'm like, totally calm, cool, collected, even though all this craziness is happening around me. And I and somebody says something, and I turn around and just.
Start twitching.
There was one night. It was
And
great,
all of a
some
sudden,
dude
I
in the
hear this
audience.
guy in the audience, "Hey, Twitchy's back!" And I pull this gun out, and one of the gals says something. I pull this gun out and go, "Yes, dear!" And go to walk off, and I hear this, "Get him, Jerome!" And I just turn around like, "Yes."
Does Mr. Mustache it?
That was the Act Normal Theater's production of It's Only Murder was the name of the show.
And like the character Mr. Mustache is brilliant though, and actually I do have to say it was pretty surreal answering the door when y'all came over because like Steph and I just watched the video, and like,
And Mr. Mustache. is
yeah,
standing on your
like I
doorstep.
heard Will knock on the door, and I get up, open the door, and she's like, "Hey," I'm just like, fuck, I just watched it.
You think you're cool?
So this is the exact garb, like the
Yeah,
same
he's
shirt and
in
everything.
his full regalia.
We're missing the spurs, but there's a story behind that.
That's going to be for an upcoming video we're
Yeah.
going to be doing.
Yeah, we're
tonight.
going to be working on that.
Yeah, after
You guys
we
want in
leave
on
here,
it.
actually.
Oh, cool. Y'all doing okay? Oh, that's right. Because we're all
Well,
gonna
I
do.
don't know. We don't got daylight anymore, so.
Well, we could still do the first part of it. I mean,
Yeah.
we can't have you going out on the beach part.
Yeah.
but
What?
We'll figure something
Yeah.
out.
What
Why
time?
not?
What time y'all heading out tomorrow?
6 a.m. is when the flight leaves.
Oh shit!
From Houston.
yeah.
God, y'all are leaving here at like 4:30 then, huh?
Yeah.
Well, we got to
And
be
back
at the
to the
We got to be at the
snow.
airport at like 4:30.
Yeah.
Or
Oh,
4:30,
like checking in
which
and
means
stuff.
we got to leave here about 2 something. So we're basically just gonna stay up the whole time.
Oh, I mean, shit. Sleep it out on the plane. I mean, what is that? Like a 3-hour plane ride?
No,
We
there's
get back
no
there at
one way
one.
there.
Oh
yeah,
shit!
we
Y'all
get
got
back
layovers.
there at 1:10 p.m.
Oh my god, that's the whole
And then
day.
I go to work,
And then you go. Ah.
Yeah.
which is one of
And then
4
we go to
jobs
work.
for
You
me.
want to know why? Because Montana doesn't care if you die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still coming in, right?
Like
Yeah.
calling your family at
I
the
will
at the
give-
obituary, just like, hey, can she make it in? I know
Yeah.
she's laying down and she's comfortable, but can you
In
get
their
her out of that
defense,
box?
2 of my jobs are actually kind about it, and like the one
I've
that I was
never had a
supposed to work,
job
they
that's
actually
kind about it.
let me not work the day before we flew out here. But yeah, the one not so much.
Well, we definitely appreciate y'all definitely making time for the show. No,
Oh,
because
yeah.
it was like Will and I have been talking about, like we've been talking about doing this podcast like since he came to the since he came to Old Man. Which how long ago was that, man?
Like 6-7 months now. Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. It's been a
Really?
while,
That was
yeah.
that was like that was
Yeah,
like,
you moved down here in May.
Something
yeah.
like that. Yeah.
It was like, man, we've been
Yeah,
talking
it's the
about
middle
it,
of May.
about it, and then we were talking about it a lot, and I kind of like forgot about it, and then he was just like, well, he was like, Tim and Pam will be here in 2 days, and I was like, oh shit, it's like we need to do this, like, and then we didn't really like piece it together until a couple days ago, but like it's really cool.
But I mean, he's like a sleazy car salesman. The second he went here the last time was Biker Week, so
Yeah.
he's been here for about a year now. But ever since he came back, before even moving here, he has been bugging us to move down here.
Oh yeah,
Like
Yeah.
daily, he will send us pictures of different things in Galveston. Like even after we told him, okay, we're coming down there, he still keeps sending them. And even after now that we've decided to actually move down here, you're still telling us things to try to convince us to move down here. We're like, you sold it.
We're coming.
It's like,
Good.
it's like you've owned the car for a year, and it's like, hey, well, just so you know, you guys should still consider this car. It's like we use it every day.
No, I
actually
that's
had that
funny 'cause
happen
I actually
once.
do get a call from the dealership that I bought my truck from. So hey, how's it going? It's like it's going fine. Yeah, I see it out on the road every once in a while. So obviously it's still freaking running.
Right?
What the fuck do you want?
And
This
it's like,
truck was also featured in
We're not-
Cowboy
Yeah, the
Yes.
truck is featured in Cowboy.
wait, the
Squats.
green truck?
green
Yeah,
truck.
that's
mine.
his daily driver.
Yeah.
See, that's funny because I was thinking about that watching video. I was like, man, I wonder if this is like his car.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like, that's
that's,
right.
that's my rig. It now has a camouflage topper on the back because
Is the
Montana.
car that they were
Yeah.
driving Danny's or
Yeah, Danny drove his.
Yeah,
And,
so-
That's
yeah,
Danny's car.
Yeah.
So that's their car, and then
Yeah.
yeah, we're broke as shit. We didn't.
oh man, I feel
Yeah,
you.
we,
No,
we
that-
actually lost money on this film
'Cause we were buying
because
beer
we
the
were
whole
buying
time.
beer.
yeah. Oh, did y'all pay everybody in beer?
No,
Or-
we
No, we were filming in an actively still open bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is the weirdness of this is Will was trying. The incident he was talking about happened 8 years before we filmed this
Right.
thing, and
It
he's
took
been
us 8
trying to
years.
film it ever since.
Wait.
But every
Had-
time he got a group together
Yeah.
to film it, they would always duck out on him.
Wait,
Yeah.
wait, did you guys film Cowboy Squats at the bar you had?
No.
No.
Oh, okay.
No,
no,
it's better.
Better
Actually.
than that.
It's better?
It's better than that because the owner of the bar we did film at, not only did he love the story of Cowboy Squads,
Oh yeah, he was rolling.
yeah, but he also was like, but it's all because it involved the Cowboy Bar. He's like, yeah, fucking do it,
Oh,
fuck them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
'cause fuck-
Yeah, because everyone in Great Falls has the story of that night at the Cowboy Bar.
Right.
And
Okay.
they all start the same way. One night we went into the Cowboy Bar, and at that point you just sit down and go, yes?
You're like, oh, this is good because my experience was terrible too.
I'm just gonna throw this out because I have a little story that's short about the Cowboy Bar. The last time I ever went in there was with my buddy Joe, who did actually help me put together the actual screenplay for Cowboy Squats. So the last time I went in there was with Joe. We went in there. We put $30 in the jukebox, loaded up with Wu-Tang Clan, and made sure to hear Wu-Tang Clan Ain't Nothing to Fuck With as we walked out the door.
That is probably the most G shit I've heard in my life.
$30 of Wu-Tang Clan in the Cowboy bar.
Wait, do they have the stupid jukebox thing where it's actually hooked up to the internet?
Yeah.
Oh God, you can play those remotely.
Yeah, let's do it.
I have.
You don't have to go into the bar.
No,
You can
I was about to
just
say like that's what my dad shout out Visker, but we do this to some of the bars around town. Like he'll be like, or he'll do this even so like the main bar he hangs out with his buddies is O'Malley's over
On Post
on Post Office.
Yeah.
And if there's like a group of tourists in there or a group of like really annoying people, which like happens, like they'll be obnoxious, or sometimes there's dudes that come in and they're like just assholes, he'll just like pay for all of his music to play first and just play like god awful songs until people leave. Like he put on like Let It Go from Frozen.
Oh God.
But he paid for it to be played 4 times. And he was just like, it's worth the $10. Like it's worth it. And then like after like the second time he said the people were like, oh my God, like what the fuck? Like,
You call this annoyance? I call it crowd control.
right.
This tactic has worked for the military over and over again. It will still work.
Oh, I do also want to say though, once we hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, we're gonna make a little field trip up to the Cowboy bar. All are welcome, at least in this room, as well as the cast and crew. And we're gonna hang out there and go like on Facebook Live and Instagram Live, be like, "Hey, this is here we fucking are,"
And I will dress like this.
just like this.
Dude, what would be super rad is if we set it up to like make it seem like a scene, like kind of like a flash mob thing. It's like you go in and sit down and you're there for like 15 minutes with some homies that are also dressed up. And then like, I don't know, like just for example, Will and I walk in, like if I'm like wearing a suit and he's wearing a leather jacket, and we just reenact the whole thing, but do it real time in front of people, so everybody's like, what the fuck? Like if y'all seen Jackass 3?
Yeah.
Where they do the whole like midget fight scene, like with Wee Man, like it's like him and his girl, but they're both midgets, and they're doing their thing, and her ex-boyfriend shows up, who's actually a professional midget wrestler. And, like all his homeboys come in, but then the police show up and they're midgets.
And the ambulance shows up and they're midgets.
Everybody in the bar is just like, what the fuck is going on?
Well, you see, I worked at this one bar, and well, I don't even know if I want to call it a bar anymore.
I call it
this one
Potato Beef.
sad, horribly pathetic place that used to be a good Irish pub. When it first opened for like a month.
It happens, man.
Yeah, but I was actually talking with some of the bartenders and stuff there because I was a busser. And I was like, you know what we should do? We should stage an entire bar fight scene in slow motion.
God, I love Flash Mob so much. Flash Mob is so great.
Like, I had actually talked to the owner of the place about this. I was like, how funny would this be? And he goes, but how would you slow motion someone getting hit by a baseball bat and their tooth flying out? Like, you are the creative kind of dumbass I love.
Does have like somebody wearing all like black morph suit with a tooth on a wire? Like
That's what we were talking about, like having the tooth on a wire. Just stage this over the top slow-mo bar fight.
just have like some
and have Eye of the Tiger playing over the PA
because you can get those stage breakaway glass bottles on
Yeah.
Amazon.
Oh yeah.
And just like
you can make them
Yeah,
too.
you can
Yeah,
make those.
yeah.
It's not hard.
yeah, and just like psh.
I mean, they're hard. They still hurt like hell when they hit you, but you know.
Yeah, you see that's something I wondered about with the breakaway glass because like it's just it's made so it just shatters on you. I'm like
Oh, it still hurts though.
Well, I mean, you're still getting hit with something.
yeah, exactly. You're still getting hit with something and it's like still glass.
Well,
Like,
it's like sometimes with the dinner theater stuff, we have gunfire, so we have to have blanks. Well, we've gotten to the point that where we perform at is so small of a room that we actually open the blanks up, take all the powder out, and then just leave the primer cap.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
had
we actually
one
did
show
have
where the
one
guy didn't
show
understand that we
where
needed to take
the
the powder
guy
out.
didn't understand you need to take the powder out, and
So he did a
we got-
full
yeah,
blast
we got
in
the
there.
weapon and everything. Of course, you check it, and it's like, okay, it's got the blanks. Load the round. Make sure it's still the blank, and then
Oh, it's just blanks in the
yeah,
games when we do
yeah,
this.
it's always just blanks. But
about to say you guys should have overseen the set of The Crow. Maybe
yeah,
maybe Brandon Lee would still be
oh,
alive.
there's theories.
R.I.P.
But they go to fire the gun, and I'm huge on never ever ever point at the actor, point away upstage. So
Even if
you
there's
can't
nothing in
tell.
it.
Yeah.
As one of the ones who
And-
fired
and
one of the guns that night, I did point away from her. I just didn't point
There
far
was
enough
no
because I wasn't.
avoiding
Because again, we're used to not having the powder
Yeah.
in there.
Yeah.
we were used to not having the powder in there and lit that round off. First off, an archer, whenever someone shoots too close and mom, that was going through my head. Also, just pure rage.
Yeah.
And I look over and there's powder burns all along our set. And
Yeah, we got
the
a
gal,
powder burn in our curtain.
Yeah, there's powder burns in the curtains, and I look, and the gal who was getting shot at, she was a trooper.
Yeah, I felt
Did
so
not
bad about
flinch, did not waver off of her thing at all. But as soon as she got
She had a big powder
backstage,
burn on her arm.
she had a huge powder burn on her arm, and she was going to tear someone's head off.
Oh
Yeah.
my god. Well, that
It's
I mean
like,
that,
and
that
this,
that's
sir,
true. That's
is
true artistry
why-
right there.
Because
Yeah.
we had a different guy than our usual guy that was prepping the guns and stuff that time.
Man.
And we thought he understood what was
Yeah.
going on.
Well, because
but
you know,
we were
up in
wrong.
Montana, in the majority of people, we understand firearms.
Yeah.
You know, it's like even blanks. This is still a dangerous thing. So you gotta watch what you're doing.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
Still, it's like
Yeah. So what are some of y'all's crazy experiences y'all have had at the Cowboy bar?
I've never actually gone in.
Oh, you need
But
to.
admittedly, the bar that we actually used for that was the alumni club.
Okay.
And the only reason we got that was because the owner of it, like he said that anytime he ever went in there, they always looked at him like they thought that he was there to start a fight, so they would try to pick a fight with him. Which
'Cause he's a
ironically,
big
he
dude.
looks like a biker.
Right.
So that's part of why he found this hilarious.
Right.
So he just let us have free reign of his bar whenever
Wow.
we wanted.
Literally.
He's like, Sunday's usually the slowest day, so if you guys want to do that, then you won't have to deal with anyone, but just come and do whatever the fuck you want.
actually the guy in the derby coat.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Some funny
Pritchard.
story. Yeah. Pritchard.
He was Pritchard. He was just there to drink that day.
Is that the guy with the black beard?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
The
the-
duster.
With the duster?
hat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
he was just there to drink that day. That's how he showed up.
Yeah.
Like-
So.
We roped
Will
him
thought
in.
Will thought his sister had brought him because it was someone his sister's knows.
Yeah.
His sister thought Will had called him. I thought they just grabbed someone from the bar.
which
and
is
apparently I
more
was right.
correctly- But it-
So he was just actually
Yeah,
there
so-
in
He
the
just
guard.
happened to be
in
dressed like
costume.
that
Yeah.
day.
So like
Yeah,
I'm
like,
thinking.
he put on his Facebook, well, apparently I'm doing this now.
Yeah. Like I thought I was like, oh, Becky called Pritchard, like, oh great, you're here.
But we all know him. That's
Because the thing is that morning we lost 4 actors.
Yeah, 4
and
and
we
we
managed to replace
replaced
them all
them.
in half an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's,
like
just,
the-
he's like, oh my god, this is amazing. You're saving the day, bro. And it's like, well, I just came to get a drink.
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
literally.
came to hang out.
and he's come back for every one of
Yeah.
our things we've done after that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And
he's in. He's dedicated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
He,
admittedly, the red shirt one wants to, but that's actually she's a friend of mine. She does drag king stuff in Idaho. She was visiting her daughter at the time, and I just have to call her and it's like, hey, are you in town? Because we need actors for this shit. And so she showed
Yeah,
up.
she put on
Wait.
the whole drag.
You say drag king?
yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
I haven't heard of this scene yet. Hold
you
on.
know the cowboy that's in the red, the other mirror one?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a woman.
That's a woman.
Actually,
Yeah,
I went to
cisgender
I went to high school
that
with
was
one
in
of
the
her
bathroom?
daughters.
Like
Yeah.
in the bathroom, the one that got
No,
thrown
the
out?
entire time.
That's actually his brother-in-law Mike that we threw.
Yeah,
out.
that we
the
threw
red
out.
shirt?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
That's I went to high school with one of her daughters.
Yeah, that's a
But she's a
cisgender
friend of
woman.
mine that
Yeah.
or no, she's not sis or she's just
Is she like
yeah,
is she
she
like
just,
like championship
Yeah.
drag king in it? Like
oh,
she's
she's
good.
part of a drag king band or it
1D
used to be.
erection.
Yeah. 1D erection
1D
broke up unfortunately,
No!
That's pretty awesome.
Wait, yeah.
Well,
so,
but yeah, she's a
yeah.
seamstress friend of mine that when she went to Idaho, there's a huge drag culture in Sandpoint where she's at, so she got really into it. And
Yeah, because that's
she just happened to be visiting that day.
That's something I never thought about though, whereas because you have the drag queen, because everyone knows especially because RuPaul put it on the
Yeah.
global
Yeah.
stage, drag queen, but like drag king, that's a scene I never even
There's
thought about.
several different genres within that.
Yeah,
There's also the machismo, genre where it's a guy, but you take it to such an extreme. Like I want to get into that myself because I think it'd be absolutely hilarious with my beer gut and everything like that. Just like do the 300 style paint on abs and I just come walking out to Macho Man and
Wearing a kilt.
wearing a kilt and acting like a total idiot.
the
But-
red cape with the clasp and spear.
Oh, fuck yeah. Leonidas, man.
Leonidas, bro.
This is Sparta. No, don't do the kick thing towards the audience. Whoa, you're wearing a kilt. You might want to turn to the side.
People come from side stage like, oh no. Let's keep that.
Whoa. This is we're trying to keep this PG.
Yeah, I mean,
We're trying so hard.
even now, I don't know how the hell we managed to make this exist. 'Cause
Oh yeah.
it was right after I had kind of stopped working with the guy that we did the feature film with, so I was down to just whatever equipment I had. So my equipment is shit compared to what I used to work with, so I feel really bad about especially the audio quality of it's really bad. But, I mean, when we were trying to do legitimate films, we had such a hard time getting anyone to agree to do anything, and it was harder than fuck to get people to show up. And yet, then we decided to do cowboy squads. And it just all kind of falls into place. We had, like, a guy that volunteered to write a score for us and actually wrote the theme song to where there's actual lyrics.
I did notice the original song. I think the second time I watched it, I was like, wait a minute. Like, they were like, I think I heard it when they were squatting in the bathroom. I was like, is that a song? This is doing the cowboy squats. Like, I was like,
he came up with that in about 20 minutes. That's great.
That was Joe Ryan, who's actually Mel that was in Chronicle of Mel Larry. They're married now.
Yeah, they're married now.
But so I met him through her, and then he introduced us to the owner of the alumni bar.
Alumni, yeah.
Because it used to be an old VFW, so we knew the inside would work for it really well. So, and I mean, he just like readily agreed the second he found out we were gonna be making fun of the Cowboy Bar, and same thing with Joe.
Yeah.
Like I think honestly
brought us all together.
Yeah. And it's like I think it's honestly like it like just for me seeing it, I think it's like an immediate cult classic because I like it because it's like I don't know, I even like the audio quality of it because I liked someone's comment on the comments that said this is all right, but I think it'd be better if the audio quality, and I liked it because I was like, dude, like I think that's what makes it great. Like I love that it gets silent and then you hear like the
You know what that is? That's an actual rattlesnake rattle. I couldn't find a sound effect for it, but I have an old rattlesnake
did y'all
rattle, so I was
record
just
it?
like shaking it in front of my camera.
No, it's wonderful because like that's what makes it like eerie. It just gets quiet. It's like he was like, oh shit.
What's that sound?
Yeah, no, it came together like almost too well.
And like I said, and Danny's a professional actor.
Yeah,
He's an
SAG
actual
actor.
SAG actor that's been in paid movies.
Yeah.
And he thought it was funnier than shit.
He was in Instructions Not Included.
Yeah.
Instructions not included. Everybody go check this out.
Yeah, he was.
It's a good movie.
Massive Sundance Film Festival winner. I mean, all this great stuff, and he's in that. And then the next project he does is Cowboy Squad.
That's so wonderful. Like that. That's what's really cool about it. Because we were talking about what was it at like a Comic-Con like. Orlando Bloom thought that he was Johnny Depp, so like he chased him down, and he was like, "Oh,
because he was dating a girl at the time that looked like Britney Spears, so he was like actually concerned about Johnny Depp. It's like, what the fuck are you doing with Britney Spears?
It's like, what are you doing, man? Don't do that.
Do you know how many other people have done that? Don't do that.
Don't do that, bro.
Justin Timberlake. Look what happened to him.
It's like you saw what happened to K-Fed. Don't do that.
You've seen all them.
It's like Danny knows
There's a common denominator,
Tolkien's
bro.
grandson.
Yeah.
To where he's actually been in Tolkien's grandson's house and seen the actual original manuscript,
like for Lord of the
Hobbit,
Rings. Oh my
sitting
goodness.
in his just sitting there.
That's fantastic. And I know we've already mentioned it. For those who don't know, what we're talking about it's Danny Lopez. He's like the best Johnny Depp double. Yeah. Yeah, but I thought it was funny. So but y'all can say that Orlando Bloom has seen Cowboy Squads, which I think is
We're not sure yet.
Well, Danny said he sent it to him, and then he got a response.
Yeah, because
back.
Danny knows.
Yeah, and his response back was, there's going to be a second one, right?"
Seriously?
Wait.
Unless Danny's just full of shit.
I
I doubt that
tell
he.
us that Orlando Bloom answered that back.
I mean, that's what I hear from Danny, but
Oh fuck! That means that I might actually be able to get him for writer's block.
Oh, I know. Now I'm thinking to myself, how can we incorporate? Well, we were talking about trying to incorporate Orlando Bloom in a Cowboy Squats
that'll be great.
thing.
Yeah.
Dude, I wonder set up a GoFundMe just to get him to come.
Well, you know Patrick Stewart. If you send him a script, he'll probably do it.
What?
No, for real.
Just like
I've
in
heard that
just
before.
like
He has said that on his like fan page and everything like that. He goes, "If you send me a script," he goes, "I
And he
just
likes
love
it.
doing this."
well
If he likes the script.
he's been in a couple Funny or Die things that I've seen, like Patrick Stewart, because he'll just, which I also didn't know that. I mean, they did a parody of it. We watched recently Between Two Ferns, the movie. You know Zach Galifianakis' talk show. He has this talk show Between Two Ferns. Everybody go check it out if y'all haven't seen it. The Hillary Clinton episode is absolutely fucking hilarious. Where he's just like, "Oh, it's so sorry, we got to cut our time short. How should we stay in touch? Email?"
Oh.
And just looks at her, and she's just like, "It's like, you really think all this is funny?" And he's just like trolling.
It is now.
Yeah. Yeah. Like it's so.
I was
funny.
trying to be serious, but low hanging fruit. I mean,
Because he was just like, because what would be amazing is whenever you become president, not only will you be the first female president, but for a lot of kids in the younger generation, you'll be the first white president they've seen.
that's awesome.
Yeah, and then like he got like he tried to like he had it staged that, you know, in the beginning she was just like, "Where's Zach? Where is he?" And he's like trying to creep up on her behind the ferns and tried to jump out, and he had these two dudes dressed up in suits just tackle him. And he was like, "God," he was like, "I was just trying to spook her. I was trying to give her a spook." Like, and she's just like, "That's probably something you shouldn't do to the Secretary of Defense." Like,
So- I do want to just use this to actually segue back to Cowboy Squads, because we actually had someone complain about Cowboy Squads,
Yes.
saying that they didn't like what it was saying about Trump. There was nothing political about
How
this.
did you read
This
that
is
into
surface
this?
level shit.
Right,
This
right.
is the most. It's like, dude, let me introduce you to the cast, okay?
Yeah,
you have
Actually,
a Trump supporter, a drag king. I mean, let me just go down the line.
That shit is no people are quick to jump to those conclusions because they're kind of like projecting how they feel
Oh
about
god,
it.
yeah, people
You know,
do that with anything.
It's it's the unfortunate affairs of our society these
and-
days.
Oh, that's like Vicky's brother-in-law was one of the ones that thought
Oh, yeah,
that it was
yeah,
an
yeah.
anti-Trump.
No,
Yeah.
it's not anti. It's
Vicky's
not
brother-
anti anything. It's just
Yeah,
surface level
If
absurdity.
if it's anti anything, it's anti Cowboys bar.
right. Well, so many
As in, you
people
might be
have
able to
said
say
to us-
anti-poser at the
Right.
most.
Right.
but-
So many people have said to us, like me personally at least, like, "Oh, I see what you're saying. Like, you want to fill me in?"
You want to let me in on the joke?
It's
here?
like, "Hey, I see what you did there." It's like, I don't. What did
No, this
what
is
did I
just-
do there?
It's
I-
just
I didn't
absurd,
do
repetitive
anything.
humor. Like, this is just
like, okay.
This is basically Monty Python. Like,
Right.
we have talked
Speaking
about
of
other
which,
things too.
Did I ever tell you that my dad's review of the Chronicles of Mel Eric was it's like Monty Python without the budget, and no one ever accused Monty Python of having a budget.
I was about to say, I was like, who the fuck said Monty Python had a budget? about to say Holy Grail was filmed like in the same area, like
Right.
the entire movie.
Yeah.
just like,
Well, that's why the end of the film is the way it is because they ran out of money.
Yeah.
They were going to have they planned a huge battle scene, and they ran out of money, so they just had the cops come and arrest them.
No, I love the well, that's why I love the interview. It's like an old interview, like from the '80s, and they're interviewing one of the guys, and they're like, well, we love how comedic it was that, you know, instead of riding actual horses, y'all were just galloping through the woods.
Yeah, it's 'cause they were
horses
broke.
are?
Yeah, and they were straight up just like, I was like, bro, do you know how much it is to rent like one horse, let alone like all these
80?
other horses? Yeah, he was like, it's easier just to do this, and it's funny.
well, like,
I think that should be something for Cowboy Squad.
Oh, yeah,
That'd
totally
be
should.
absolutely hilarious. Me like going down Broadway and have Will behind me.
Hey, actually, you know what?
You know, I mean, in Great Falls, we do have people that ride their horses through the Burger King
Yeah, this
drive-through,
still happens.
so it
Oh
would
my
be even
god.
weirder.
For real.
No, there's actually so they made the news when I lived in the Heights, is an area in Houston, and it's close to downtown. But this family made the news because it was a black family, and they had a bunch of horses in their backyard, and they would go on like family trips around the neighborhood on like families go on bike rides.
Yeah.
They'd go on horse rides
We have this
together.
cool.
But like for Houston, like all of these like rich white people that live in the Heights were just like
they just
shocked.
jellied.
They
jellied.
were just like, I don't get it. This is crazy. Like they
They're
were
jelly
getting
donuts.
they were getting the cops called on them, all this stuff, and like it was crazy because they were just like, bro, we just have horses. Like it's not illegal to have a horse. Like we're in Texas.
That's where if I was that dude, I would find out who's calling it. I would go to each house individually, just knock on the door, and they answer the door. So you just a basement bitch.
It's like, oh,
It's one thing to be a basic bitch, but now you're a
Basement.
Now you're a
bitch.
basement bitch.
yeah, like I think my favorite because I live
You
like
jelly, bro? Here's a donut.
I never met anybody from this family. I just like they'd see because one of the sons would go on runs. He'd be full Nike gear, like athletic dude, but he'd have his horse on a leash, and just go jog, and his horse would like trot next to him or kind of like do like a light jog next to him, and they'd go running like through the heights. Man, I'd just be out in front of the house just skateboarding, and then
That dude is an inspiration to me now.
No, dude, I thought it was awesome.
Yeah.
I am inspired.
Yeah.
In Great Falls, we did have that guy that would ride his horse around town all the time, too.
Yeah, he got a DUI.
Yeah.
For being drunk on his horse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They actually gave him a DUI.
Would they impound his horse?
Technically, I mean, if you're falling off the horse, you're pulling its head to where it's like you're making the horse veer into traffic. So.
Wouldn't his horse then be unstable?
Points.
Stop it!
You know what's awesome? We haven't heard anything from her.
No, I will tell you guys something.
excited.
Like actually, to all the listeners listening, I challenge anyone to outpun Stephanie because
It's
she
not gonna work.
Pam.
it won't
Ever.
work.
Ever.
What y'all have a pun battle? Should we have the artisan depth pun war?
I don't know. I don't
She
think
had
I'm
me
gonna
on the
move.
ground laughing.
Dude, we were talking
Actually,
about.
you know what else will get you on the ground laughing?
Spurs.
I ain't got nothing.
Oh, really?
It
This
finally
whole
wore
week?
off.
It
God
wore
damn
off
it.
tonight, apparently.
You need to get drunk.
Finger guns.
Yeah.
Yeah, the other night he was drunker than shit and came up and was like, "Hey, I thought you were just gonna go down and do whatever." And he's like, "Yeah, people started buying me beers." Pew, pew, pew. He just like for the next hour, he was just even like laying in his bed and going
Just
to
saying
sleep.
saying one-liners, just a one-liner followed
Not
by
even a
finger.
one-liner, just pew, pew, pew.
It seemed like a good idea at the time.
I mean, I guess if you're going to be doing something with your fingers, be gunning.
Be gunning. You gotta do it after you say that. Well, we were laughing the other day because and this was happening before I came up to Will's place. Steph had him rolling on egg puns. So anything involving eggs, and like we're up there.
Were they excellent?
Yes.
God damn it!
But I was kind of like shelling him out by the carton.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Will just left the room, everyone.
I love it.
Because he was just
Hey,
She
Will.
cracked you so
Well.
easily.
Before you were just so crack-a-lack and I can't.
you
I
just
can't handle this!
You need to develop a harder shell, Will.
Can't keep all these eggs in your basket, man.
yeah, this is spectacular.
I think he understands the yoke of the situation.
Alright, guys, we can't be doing this a dozen at a time.
God damn it!
I mean, it's so hard. You just keep on shelling them out.
Well,
It's hard, and then you're
I mean, all these jokes are so over easy.
Well, the best we can do is be sunny side up about it.
Damn it!
You know, I'm gonna have to poach some of these later.
I'm sure at this point his brain is completely scrambled.
Now it's a little boiled.
Yeah.
Do you know my favorite actor is Benedict Cumberbatch?
I'm gonna let you get up off the floor now. So.
All right.
Mother of God. Why am I so susceptible to dad jokes?
I don't know, but it's lovely.
So which did come first? Well, chicken or the egg?
I think William came first.
I did.
He pontificated everywhere. Well, shit, guys. I really appreciate y'all, and especially because you guys got your horrific flight time in the morning. Y'all make a time to come hang out, and also I hope you guys enjoyed Witches Ball. Shout out the Witchery
yeah.
and
Oh,
Clyde
that was amazing.
Witcher
was a great
Clyde
time.
and the
It-
Galveston
it-
Scottish Rite.
and the Galveston
Yeah.
Scottish Rite.
That was the point where we were like, yeah, this is a thing. This is
Yeah.
going on.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Tiancha's gonna be pissed.
Yeah, a lot of people are going to be very pissed off, but we're going to be happy. So screw them.
Yeah, whatever, man. Like you're out here for y'all's happiness. You know what I mean? Thank you, Will, for bridging this connection for us and bringing cowboy squats to the world. And the world, I mean Galveston, because Galveston's its own planet.
It is.
I mean,
That's true.
And like I said at the beginning, though, like it's the Cowboy Squats is more famous here than Great Falls.
It really is.
and honestly,
It really
everyone listening, let's make that more. Everyone, please go to YouTube. Just type in Cowboy Squats.
But don't look at the exercise videos.
No,
No,
there's,
it's
there's
5
an
minutes
actual
long.
exercise thing.
Exercise?
Yeah, the exercise videos.
That face. That face.
Hey, I'll sure talk about eggs.
You think you're cool? You got yolk all over your face, boy.
I'll sure how to crack a smile.
You damn egghead. Why don't you crack a smile?
Are we trying to break fast?
God damn it! I think it's worse with her just how like straight you are with it, and just
Oh, dude, she'll slam him out, man. She's professional.
She's been hard boiling that shit.
I'm not exactly a spectator.
damn it.
Okay, yeah, you kind of went around the block for that one.
It's a mega funny,
It's not. Stop it.
but you're laughing.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
She had to cross the road for that one.
Well, you guys have any?
Got it.
Because I know you guys were talking about y'all had some projects y'all did after Cowboy Squats. Is there anything y'all are working on or things that are in the works people could look out for?
Quite a few. I mean, we've got actually the entire second thing. We've had it written for a while.
Yeah,
It's
we
just
got
a matter
good
of trying to
chunk
get
of it
everything
done.
together again.
Yeah, we got a good chunk of the next episode done. Just a matter of when Danny's in town and everything's going. Yeah, it's a whole big.
When
fucking
Danny's
thing.
in town, the weather's shitty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need a
Yeah.
couple outdoor shots, and then we need the bar shot.
Which you got to understand, in Montana, you only have like 2 months to get an outdoor shot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I mean, we technically could do it in the snow, but I'm usually not that much of an asshole to my actors.
we might make an exception.
Well.
An exception.
Well, I'm definitely down. Like, if you guys ever like come out again and do some filming, or if you guys are talking about moving down here, like even when like Steph and I move out, like we're still gonna be in Houston. So like, if y'all ever need any help with anything or want to do any kind of promotion on the podcast or anything, I'm always down. I definitely support like silly videos or just yeah, any kind of art in general. But like I love laughing because of videos I watch. You know, like being able to grow up with YouTube, I guess, you know, like just watching the silliest, ridiculous videos is what I grew up on, and like watching Cowboy Squats the first time made that real nostalgic. I thought it was hilarious. Like, yeah, people have been loving it, you know. So,
Well, there's so much, you know, negativity and stuff and all this other stuff that's flooding YouTube. It's nice to have something that this
Doesn't
has no
have
rhyme or
anything
reason. This
to
has no agenda. It's just
Cowboy
if you are
Squats.
not laughing by the end of this, you're probably soulless
yeah, right. That's what I'm saying.
or
'Cause-
broken.
sorry.
You,
Yeah.
you may just be an android. I don't know.
Because you know, I showed my shout out Jacob Lozano. I showed my homie Jacob in Austin, and he was kind of like he was laughing, but like, you know, but he was just like, so what's like the point? You know, I was like, bro,
There is
it
not.
doesn't have to be a point. Like, that's the thing. That's why
Cowboy squatting.
it's Cowboys squatting, and you know, he was actually familiar with the workout though too, when I first told him about it.
Oh yeah, we need to buy the trademark so they can't use that name anymore.
Get on it.
Yeah, no, straight up do that.
So we're gonna do a GoFundMe to trademark Cowboy Squats.
Yes.
So those idiots in the yoga pants will stop doing it.
Yeah, because they don't even know.
They don't know. They have
Dude,
no idea.
See, that'd be a great video too,
That
man.
would be a great
Dress
video.
up in some just bust in on a CrossFit workout thing and be like, hey.
Well, I mean, there's squat raisers on there too, and that's not.
Oh,
I
we
mean,
have-
we
we have
have like a
militant
huge
CrossFitters
list
up
of
there.
ones that we're gonna do for movie parodies
Oh
of
yeah,
squat.
yeah, like the Were
like
Cowboy,
Titanic.
God, it's so
Want to
many.
have them just floating on the door, just coming back.
Oh, dude, that'd be great.
well,
They're out there cold like, Jack, it's hey.
The thing that we were talking,
least we got
thing that
away
we were
from
talking
those
about,
Cowboys.
unfortunately, you know, we're not going to be able to film it now, but like I do this whole thing and walk out onto the jetty and be like, I'm coming for you, Cuba. like just do this whole high step thing all the way down the street heading towards the ocean. And, I'm coming for you, Cuba, and just have someone on the shore. Cuba's that way, man.
Don't correct me.
You think you're cool? Like head explodes or something.
Oh, that's absolutely amazing, man. Because like I think there needs to be more. Because I think this was a big a big thing to me as a kid, being able to just laugh at everything and thinking everything's funny and just have like an easy sense of humor, is just watching silly videos like this. Because like I think more people should do this because it's like, man. Because like there's this like holistic
Filming them is fun, especially
Yeah.
when people drive by
Oh,
while
God,
we're
yeah.
in the
while you're doing it and you're like,
that,
what
that
the
should
fuck
have been
is
a
going
deleted
on?
scene because we were doing that when we were outside the bar there, and this dude pulls into the parking lot,
And he just,
sees
like-
what we're doing, slows down.
And
And I
goes-
look
just-
right at him, go, oh yeah! And he speeds up and heads out of the parking
You
lot.
probably changed that man's life.
Oh yeah, ruined it.
Yeah, he probably went home to his family like, we gotta move, we gotta go.
Yeah,
So
we're
actually,
out-
on
we're
my
out.
my drive down here, I went and hung out with our buddy Matt, and yeah, shout out Matt Dunlap, in Utah, and we went to Temple Square and we did cowboy squats in the middle of Temple Square. And no one fucking talked to us after that. Till we went to the visitor center, and some sister missionaries who didn't actually see us out there being fucking weirdos, like they haven't talked to us. But like going to Temple Square, whenever you go there, you're always gonna get like just hordes of people walking up to you and like asking you if you're a member of the church, and if not, like, can we talk to you and stuff. And so we go.
Yes and no, respectively.
So we just like we just go right in the middle of fucking Temple Square. Like we just yo, you think you're cool? I'll show you cool. We just start doing it, and like people were just like morphing around us. Just we had this huge open space around us in Temple Square because no one wanted to deal with
Everybody's
us.
like,
I wonder
no,
if that
no,
would
no.
happen in Times Square.
In New York or
Yeah.
Great Falls.
New York. What are you talking about? They're about ready to close that damn building in Great Falls.
Good.
Yeah, if you sign a 12-month lease, you get 1 month free.
But it's your last
That's month number 13, and then they jack your rate like 4 times over.
You know, that's what and also with
'Cause, you know,
Ethan
business.
not even knowing that you guys were in town, and then walking around like when Ethan ran into y'all and y'all ended up just like squatting.
Oh yeah, Ethan. Remember we're walking back from Kevin's, and Ethan's like, "Oh, it's fucking Mr. Mustache."
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah, dude. Because think about Ethan, man. Like it's funny seeing Ethan do it because like Ethan's sense of humor is like, I don't know, like it's in and out.
Yeah.
But like for him to just immediately catch on to that and then just jump into it.
We're starting a movement. It will be a 501c3 here pretty soon, and then we'll be televangelists. And
Oh God.
God
Bro.
wants you to give us $50,000, so there'll be no more
we were
squatting.
watching some Steph and I were watching John Oliver last night talking about the televangelists about sowing a seed.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
you need to plant these seeds. You need to give us your seed of $50,000, and when you'll sow that seed later in life, it'll come back. But give us the $50,000 right now.
Right.
It's God's will to sow this seed.
They use that term a lot, the sowing the seed. Like
Yeah.
I remember calling in for some. God, it was like it was actually a place up in Houston. I can't remember the dude's name, but his church is based out of Houston. And this is when I was in Great Falls, and I remember calling. I was working late one night. And his show's fucking on and everything. I'm like, we'll take your prayer requests and we'll dip it in this holy
God.
oil and blah, 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 blah.
and then deep fry it.
And then the holy oil is so special, blah, blah, blah.
That was when you were
And-
working at the hotel, wasn't it?
No, this wasn't.
Oh, really?
This was for the next job. I don't know if I could say them. Well, yeah, no, they're a nonprofit. I can totally say it. So shout out to Quality Life Concepts. You guys are all wonderful. Yeah, like I'm just like they like you can call in and get your prayer request written on this parchment and put in the holy oil and blah. And so I call it in. And I'm like, I just gotta talk to someone because like the holy oil is so supposedly so holy that your prayers like granted immediately, right? And so the guy I'm talking to, they won't give you a word of prophecy. Yeah,
It's just warm Crisco.
right.
What do you mean,
so,
Chrisco?
Crisco. Holy Crisco.
So I call, and of course they wanted me to pitch in like a little bit of money to sow the seed, and they didn't say this, in the little promo thing.
Yeah.
They had to pay for this. I'm like, oh, I don't know. Like, your prayer will be answered, my brother. I'm like,
But my prayers for more money.
well, I said, well, I don't know if God can do this. If God can do anything, if you just sow your seed. I'm like, well, I'm really fucking ugly. can we just make this my prayer? The guy's not even listening to me. He's like, oh, brother, will be granted if you sow your seed. And I'm just like, he's not even listening.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, good. And I'm like, I'm going to do it. He's like, oh, you're going to do it. I'm like, yes, I won't be ugly anymore. Oh, my God. I'm like screaming this.
See, that'd be the perfect time to have the phone like on speaker. I'm not going to be ugly anymore.
Didn't work.
Just smack this guy.
Yeah, just smack it so it sounds like a gunshot or something.
I'll get the piece of wood.
Yeah.
No, because on the clips we're watching, it was oh god, this guy's an asshole. His name like Robert Tilton or something like that. He's like the biggest
heard of this
televangelist
guy.
right now. Yeah, he's been doing it since the
Who is
80s.
this clown?
Yeah, and the thing about him is they were making fun of him on
religion a bad
John.
name?
They were making fun of him on John Oliver because he had someone on the phone. He's like, Lupus, you bad disease, I banish you by the word of Jesus. Banish you,
Is
Lupus.
this the one that like
Lupus.
smacks people in the head and they
Like
fall
he's
over?
trying to
That's
tell them that they
Benny
need to eat a
Hinn.
V8.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And I was like, bro, you're gonna yell on a phone for Lupus to go away, and it's gonna go away. Like, and he had
Power
like
Jeebus.
he had like lawsuits against him by this like one woman's daughter because she kept sending him money and she refused to go get like any kind of treatment for her illness because she was just gonna sow her seed, and like it was just like tore their family apart. And he was just like, well, if it was God's will for her to pass, it was God's will. And I'm like, God, you're an ass.
But you didn't refund the money, did you?
No.
If it was God's will for me to shoot you in the nuts,
Yes.
it was God's will.
Yeah.
Oh my Jesus.
So that
God would have made the bullet stray
I
if
gotta
it
say,
was not his
I gotta
intent.
say something about that. So, Stormy, rest in peace, told me
Stormy.
such an amazing story, and such classic Stormy. So he went to his uncle's funeral. His uncle, who part of his family is very religious, part of his family wasn't. His uncle wasn't, but then they had some rando ass like rural pastor, like giving doing the funeral and giving the sermon, talk about how like this man is now burning in hell because he didn't know Jesus and stuff, and
At his funeral?
at his
Yeah.
fucking funeral. And he's like, and if
remember
God,
this
if, if God
total
really wanted,
sensitivity.
yeah, and it was like, and he took it even further and was saying like how like, if it was God's will for him to go to heaven, he would have accepted Jesus and all this stuff and blah blah blah. He's going off about that, about God's will, God's will. So Stormy's pissed the fuck off. Stormy's
not a guy you want to piss
no,
the fuck
he's
off.
and he was such a wonderful guy, but you
He was
absolutely-
amazing.
such an amazing guy. I mean, may he rest in peace. Like, Stormy goes out to his truck, grabs a shotgun, comes back in, points it right at the fucking podium, and shoots. And this, he points it, and the guy's like, "Oh!" and jumps out of the way. He shoots. This thing just shatters, and he just like, he's like, "If it wasn't God's will for me to shoot that thing, it wouldn't have done that. Now would it have?"
I miss that man so much.
Dude, that's badass.
Welcome to Montana.
Have you ever told
These
him
kind
about
of things
Stormy?
can happen.
I don't think I've talked much about Stormy. You just
Stormy could be his own episode of anything.
oh, he could like anything. This
I would
guy
love to
was
write a book
incredible.
on the
Well,
man.
we all, I mean, like, I definitely have a couple, like, or, well, it's not even a couple because there's always that one friend or someone you come across that's just, like, that extraordinary where you're just, like, they do, like, because even if, like, because, like, see, he's an amazing guy, but he'll do, like, outlandish shit, but it's, like, still, like,
Yeah,
okay.
but it's good.
The best sum I can give of Stormy is the first time I met him, he was decked out from head to toe in a deerskin
Yeah.
outfit that he had made himself that had a built-in knife pouch with the deer antler
Cowboy
handle.
boots and everything.
And he taught tango.
dude, I want to, like, make a show about this guy.
yeah,
like,
he got me into ballroom dancing, and then I left the state and just
Yeah, he taught ballroom dancing
and then
as
went
well
and
as
ran
art
with it. And then he was he was an art teacher, and
he
used to
sounds
t-
like an artist.
Used to teach
but-
cops moves that
Yeah,
are no
yeah.
longer legal for self-defense. So
Self-defense
then he
moves
became
and
an art
everything.
teacher.
yeah, and he grew up breaking Mustangs with his grandpa who raised him. Like he's actually a real cowboy too. On top of
Yeah.
that,
He used to ride Aladdin was his horse.
His
his
horse,
name,
yeah, this
wasn't it?
like Arabian saddlebred mix, this giant fucking horse, and
And then at the school, he'd also teach kids how to fix motorcycles.
he taught
Dude,
that.
this dude is a fucking superhero.
Yeah,
even in the afterlife.
He actually built motorcycles, like custom motorcycles for himself, and he had this one that had a Honda Civic engine in it.
Like a deconstructed, like reconstructed.
No, make a frame to fit a Honda Civic engine. for a motorcycle, and this dude's like, like 6'4", he's got these long ass
Oh, yeah.
legs, so it's like, so just this thing.
He had 2 daughters and
This
just absolutely
happens.
adored them to where like his
Oh,
proudest
yeah.
thing was when he taught his 10-year-old how to throw him
Yeah,
over his shoulder.
Yeah.
Or over her shoulder.
yeah.
Man, so like no dudes are like fucking with these
Oh,
these
yeah.
daughters
No.
at all.
No, straight up.
When your dad was an ex self-defense teacher, like your daughters are good.
Yeah. Well, like yeah,
He was amazing.
he told me this story. So like, cause
He had a one-eyed poker buddy too.
Yeah, he did. He's the one who got me into dancing originally, and so he told me this story one time because I started just going to his college classes for free, just like, dude, just show up, I don't give a shit, and like, so he told me this story because like I noticed he's got some bloody knuckles and stuff, and so. He said, he's like, yeah, so some pieces of shit were dealing drugs outside of the school there, so I went back out there and kicked the shit out of them. Like they're trying to sell like coke to school children.
Oh, and he just went out there and kicked some ass.
Yeah, he just went up and whipped some ass.
Before class and taught
Yeah.
the lecture anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
Like,
like,
oh,
that's inspiring.
This was like, yeah. He,
I
yeah,
said, I need
before-
to write a book on him.
I'm over here procrastinating art projects, and this guy can get in a fight and still go teach some kids.
Is
But
he-
he fought for the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I mean, the first time I actually met him, like I said, we picked him up in his full regalia, and we had to drive, like, I think it was like an hour and a half to get to the
Right,
filming
right.
location. And we asked him as soon as he got in the car, so tell us about yourself. He did not stop talking for that entire time, and neither of us were ever fucking bored of it either.
Right? You just like show up and you're there, and you're like,
Just
oh
like, oh
shit,
my
we're
God.
here already. Like,
Yeah.
So, yeah.
He's like, he was the most interesting man alive.
He was.
And just the most badass dude you would ever meet.
He was so chill.
Oh yeah, just it was great. He would we'd always meet at Barnes and Noble for frappuccinos, or he calls them go get a frap, and then he called the girls that like worked there the fraptress.
he didn't forget to leave out the R sometimes, did he? 'Cause that would be horrible.
Yes.
He might have, just to see if they were listening.
They're like, no, get the fuck out. It's like, all right.
Yeah.
Hey, how's my favorite Faptress today? What?
What? But no, yeah, get the fuck out.
Oh yeah, he was also
Yeah.
piece by piece he was
Yeah.
in.
How he got involved in the filming with us is we were having this open casting call, and he talked to Kate.
Kate Gordon. Oh
Yeah.
God. Oh God.
We'll save that for later, but
You know,
anyway.
when we move back here, we're just going to have individual podcasts on. So here is the character from Montana.
But anyway,
This
so
week's character from Montana.
he came in and he was kind of nervous, and again, he was dressed in his full freaking biker deerskin mountain
yeah.
man regale there, and he walks in and he was nervous, so he just launched into his thing. So they didn't realize that he was actually like performing a piece because it just like happened to mention Kate was the name of the person in the piece.
Kate Gordon
He's
invited
like,
me. The rest of you are all gonna die.
Well, not that, but he was like, it was
Yeah,
this
I would believe
angry
him.
speech about how none of you fuckers ever talked to me except for Kate, and like they all thought they were gonna die. They didn't realize he was acting until after he stopped, and there was just like a dead silence for a minute. He's like, "So, what next? What do you guys think?"
I was seriously considering calling the cops.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, what? It's like,
But, yeah,
fuck.
Dunn said he like almost pissed himself.
Hey, not gonna lie, little P came
Yeah,
in.
he wore this like this little necklace he made from himself of like bear claws from a bear he shot. Yeah.
Jeez,
Like I
man.
said, we
It was
could go
a
on
bear he
forever
shot
talking
with
about
a- with a
Stormy.
45.
Stormy's fucking
I'm
amazing.
totally down to do a podcast like later on about just this
About Stormy,
dude
yeah.
because
Oh, yeah?
honestly that is in the art realm because this guy is like
Everything.
art incarnate.
Yeah.
He walked around
he
larger
was.
than life, but never would admit to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he would. Yeah.
Well, that's how you know it's like true greatness.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's like until recently, the one piece of artwork I had on my wall was there was a scene in Piece by Piece where we needed all this artwork for it, and he did it all.
Yeah.
And I stole one of the pieces to where Dunn has the rest of them, but that's
Yeah.
the only framed art I have at all in my place is his.
No, that's amazing though. Like this dude sounds brilliant.
Yeah.
Well, guys, it's been great talking to you.
Yeah.
I think this is I might split this up into 2 parts.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No, it's cool. I love that. I love the 2-part episodes. Just because like there's so much covered, and what I like the most about this episode is like I didn't really have to do an intro or anything. I'm like that we could just jump into it and talk about just all kinds of things, because that's also something that I've liked, because a lot of my podcast episodes are like structured, and it's usually real in and out, but I like episodes like this that are all over the place, because this is like my personal art that I do, like my drawings and paintings are all over the place, like those 2 stickers with the faces on the thing, like those
Nice.
are
Oh yeah, let's bring some of those back to Montana.
Yeah. checking out some of them.
that's what I do, and like, but I like the random, because some people won't listen to it, but like like the more hardcore listeners on my show will listen to it more, but man, I want it to be a conversation first and an interview second. You know what I mean? So
I think we definitely achieved that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So there's things here and there, like I might like shorten, but I mean, like I'm keeping most of this because like this was awesome, guys. Like, I appreciate it. I don't think I've ever laughed this much on a podcast. So like this has been great. So y'all, where can we? So is everything on YouTube? Just to find.
Yeah, check out Cowboy Squats on YouTube. Please subscribe.
Please subscribe.
You
to
can
Cowboy
also
Squats,
like us
everybody.
on Facebook. We do have a
Please
Facebook
like
page
us.
for it as well. Please like it. But the big thing is subscribe on YouTube.
We live off your likes.
We do. Subscribe it on Facebook. I'm dead serious when I say when we hit 1,000 subscribers, we are going to make a field trip to the Cowboy
We'll
Bar.
go to the Cowboy Bar and
I'm
we
dead
will
serious.
show them where the nuttiness that this came from.
Exactly. So if you believe in
We
Cowboy
will
Squats
live
like I
stream
do,
it. Yeah.
like we all do, but like I do, if y'all listen to this show, please subscribe, because we all want to see the inside of this bar.
We're
It
gonna
needs to
live
happen.
stream it on Facebook and Instagram if we get 1,000 subscribers.
And absolutely,
We'll give you a little tour around Great Falls too. I mean, literally a little tour. We'll just stand in the center and spin around.
see, actually, even better, if y'all get the 1,000 subscribers, y'all do this, I will come out to Great Falls.
Yeah.
We'll
I'll take
That'd be
it.
fun.
Yeah.
I'll like
See all the abandoned buildings and casinos.
Steph and I will saddle up and we'll come out and we'll hang out and we'll go see it all. If you're down, Stephanie, of course. Hell yeah.
See the unholy hell that is Great Falls.
We'll just be, because it's actually cool.
There are some good people there, so we just need to start slowly importing them.
Right.
Right.
You guys and Tianta and
Shadesby.
Sheesby, like Liz. Who else am I missing? Pritchard. Well, Pritchard might be moving down anyway because he's got a brother in Houston, and Pritchard's a welder.
Yeah.
He can go anywhere the fuck he wants. But
I mean,
Absolutely.
I know Joe's pretty set for up there, and that was one thing that we wanted to do is have like the actual guy who sang the original song for it to be in an episode.
right.
No, that'd be wonderful. And actually,
We got a plan for it.
if we make this trip, I'll even bring the podcast gear, some to-go gear, and we can do some stuff up there. Like,
That'd be fun.
do a live stream. That'd be fun.
Yes.
All right, guys. Well, Artisan Depth Podcast, guys. Make sure you go like, subscribe. Go like and subscribe Cowboy Squats on YouTube and Facebook. More importantly, YouTube, so we can get this field trip going here. And
What's gonna happen?
yes, absolutely. And if you guys stumble into any cowboy bars, just go along with whatever happens, because you don't know if we're staging it or not. All right, you guys. Y'all have a safe trip back home.
Thanks.
We'll catch y'all later.
Good.
You've been listening to the Artisan Depth Podcast, motivating creative minds through artistic exploration. If you like what you're hearing, please be sure to give us a rating or a positive review. And if you'd like to get in touch with us, you can email us at vonpatrickarts@gmail.com. That is VONPATRICK@gmail.com. Thank you very much, and we look forward to talking to you.